do look like they're slowing down now. So perfect. We'll go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. So again, you are here hopefully because you would like to see the informational webinar for the sports medicine program. And like I mentioned, my name is Georgia, and I'm the Associate Director of Admissions for University of Western States. So today we'll be going over our sports medicine master's degree, which has options for concentrations in two different areas. You'll see them on the page there. Those concentrations are performance nutrition and high performance leadership, and we will go over both of those here in just a little bit. We have a lot of information on the following slides, but I always like to say, we always encourage you to reach out to our front office with any questions that you might have. You can also visit our website, uws.edu, for more information. And if hoping for the quickest way to connect with your admission advisor, I would say that is by emailing us. So you can email us at admissions@uws.edu. That will be at the end of this presentation as well. So if you didn't write it down, that's okay, but admissions@uws.edu, and we will connect you via email or phone with your admissions advisor. So if you find yourself thinking, wait, that's actually not the degree I wanted, I meant to look at a different program, that's okay. We have many other webinars that are doing the same thing our webinar today will do. You can find them for those other programs under the Connect with Admissions virtually page at uws.edu or by heading to our YouTube page. Before we get started, I want to go over some light housekeeping. So today's webinar is hoping to get you in and out in about 30 minutes. That is not a lot of time, but I think we'll have enough time. But if you've got questions for us, please feel free to use the Q&A feature that you are hopefully seeing below or somewhere on your page. That Q&A feature for everybody who signs up for this webinar, we hope to get all your questions answered. That Q&A feature will help us know which ones are popping up in the moment. And like I mentioned, for everybody who signed up for this webinar, we are going to hope to get those questions answered. We're actually going to be giving folks a call or email tomorrow to try to connect and get any of those individual concerns or questions answered. So if leaving a question, please do make sure that you are not leaving it in the anonymous mode. If you do, we can't tell who left it. But if we don't get to any of those questions, if we run out of time, because we are trying to get this right at 30 minutes, then we will make sure to follow up with you. If you are viewing this webinar later, we'd be happy to chat with you still. Please just let us know that you'd like to have a phone call or an email exchange. We'd be happy to do that for you. And you are always welcome to give us a call. And that main line, in case you don't have it, is 800-641 5641. And that'll be at the end of this presentation as well. But that number again, 800-641 5641. So for today's schedule, you'll see that there on the screen. We're going to explore the history of UWS and introduce you to the program director of the sports medicine program. We'll talk about how UWS distinguishes itself and is going to prepare you for those educational goals that you have. We'll briefly review the different aspects of the program that stand out and the sports medicine online learning community, as well as the curriculum if we're talking about your next steps for applying to UWS. And then finally, we'll wrap up by providing an overview of financial aid before we encourage you to reach out to your admissions advisor. I'm going to be like a broken record here. You're going to hear it more times than you can count, but we always suggest that as a great next step. So University of Western States, we've got a long history at the forefront of health and wellness in the Pacific Northwest. We originally were founded as a chiropractic college in 1904. We're actually the second oldest one in the world. And while we do still have chiropractic as one of our programs, as our institution grew, we incorporated some other areas into our programs and our curriculum. So we offer online graduate degree programs, we offer graduate certificates, and of course, we want to offer that Doctor of Chiropractic and a Doctor of Natural Medicine degree, both of which are taking place on our campus. And then, of course, we offer the Master's in Sports Medicine, or else you wouldn't be here today with us. So let's talk about who leads that program. Dr. Brent Marshall is a certified athletic trainer. He holds a doctorate of education from Concordia University. He also holds his Master of Science degree from Weber State in athletic training and a Bachelor of Arts degree in kinesiology from Whitworth University. Clinically, Dr. Marshall has worked with all sorts of levels of athlete, including high school, collegiate. He's worked with amateur, semi-professional, all the way up to professional. So within the sports medicine program at UWS, in addition to clinical instruction, he is going to be teaching you some evaluation, some rehabilitation, taping, emergency care, all of that content, those courses throughout the program, that will be him. And then Dr. Marshall isn't able to be with us here today, but if our admissions folks aren't able to get your question answered when we chat with you, some of those more finite questions, some of those more granular questions might be good ones for him. So we can always have you connect with him. He will also almost certainly be the person you chat with during your interview. So you'll know him from the program, you may know him from the interview. And if you have some big questions that we're not able to help you get answered, you'll know him from getting those questions answered for you. So, big question. Why us? This is a unique program. So, for our sports medicine program, we have been working hard to streamline sports medicine coursework and coursework that's specifically expanding your professional capabilities and providing invaluable on-field experience with athletes. So, as part of this, the sports medicine program is designed to build on existing knowledge of anatomy and physiology, of physical rehabilitation, of assessments. This will allow graduates to utilize this evidence-based curriculum, these evidence-based techniques, and the knowledge that we're teaching you from sports medicine. You're going to be combining that for overall better patient care. You'll also be among people from healthcare disciplines who are going to help you sharpen your skills through critical thinking and discussion. So even though this is an online program, we have options for video meetings every quarter, and students do still have a way of integrating those face to face instructional moments with their peers and instructors into something that is online and is designed to fit around your busy life. So to continue with just a few points about our dynamic program, through a series of supervised practicum experiences in working under a licensed provider, you're going to get to work hands-on with real patients in a variety of settings, office, sideline. Uh, you might be working with an event or a team. The choice will be yours about how you're going to advance your education, how you're going to impact your career with those experiences. But this is going to be done towards the end of your time with us. And so you'll be able to choose completing a research project. You can submit that work for publication or presentation. And for some folks, they are going to become a recognized expert in the field thanks to this work. And as you're looking at our two concentrations here, again, they are listed on the screen there for you: high performance leadership and performance nutrition. I wanted to give you some definitions so that you're able to better evaluate which one of those might be the best match for you. So, the high performance leadership, that is one that is best for people who are striving to prepare current and or who are sports and medicine professionals, and they are looking to lead integrated multidisciplinary teams. So, if you are hoping to be prepared to be at the helm of those teams to help bring together those groups, this might be what you're looking towards. However, if that doesn't quite speak to you, we've got another option. That one is going to be performance nutrition. So, that sports medicine performance nutrition concentration, that is going to be guiding you in depth to learning about dietary and nutrition assessments, approaches for athletic populations. And then through that, you're going to learn how to optimize performance, health, and recovery. So we've got that leadership focus, that nutrition focus. We'll take a look at what that curriculum looks like just a little bit later in this slide. So keep in mind if one of those interests you especially, but we'll give you a peek at both. So what do we mean when we say sports medicine? At UWS, we are talking about the enhancement of skill sets that are going to help you work with populations that are athletic and active. So, sports medicine at UWS is designed for folks who have previous professional experience who want to expand their skill set. The skills that are gained in this program are going to allow graduates to better integrate with other sports medicine healthcare teams and providers while also bringing along the knowledge and skills that you gained in your primary area. Just you'll have those sports medicine skills as well. Let me head back. Oh, sorry, it was taking a little bit there. So now we should be looking at that sports medicine community at UWS. Our sports medicine community, they're coming from many different backgrounds. So we've got students from all over in many different phases of their career. So having these folks in the room with you really enriches classroom discussion. It ensures that there are going to be a variety of perspectives that are speaking up in class, who you are hearing about, their experience and their viewpoint. Our instructors, you'll find, are just as varied. So they've got previous experience in sports nutrition, they've got experience in exercise science, they've got psychology, chiropractic experience, and many other fields. But no matter who we're chatting with, our instructors are pulling from a deep well of knowledge. We encourage strong relationships between the instructors and students, and we do that through dialogue, through communication, and that continues as students are exploring sports medicine and the scientific world through discussion, research, and lectures. And we'll chat about what that looks like here. The next page, I just want to do a brief overview before we dive into the specifics of what you'll see in the program. So you'll see up top that, as we've mentioned, this does require that you have a first professional degree in healthcare discipline, and we would need that GPA to be a 2.75 or higher. If you don't fall within this for any reason, do let us know, and we'll hopefully be able to work together for a solution, but we do require that first professional degree. I really want to highlight that. And within that first professional degree, we're expecting to see several prerequisites in there. So you'll see that we're expecting to see 23.5 or 16 semester hours is probably how you're seeing it. And for most folks, and that will be in the following topics that you're seeing there: the neuromuscular diagnosis and treatment, biomechanics, soft tissue therapies, physiological therapeutics, all of those things. If you're not sure if you fit into this category, we can be of help. Like, I know I keep saying it, but chatting with that admission advisor, that's exactly what you're going to need. If you have an undergraduate or graduate level transcript, if you have an unofficial transcript, that's perfect. We love it. No problem. Send that our way, and we are happy to take a look through it. And then we mentioned that there is one weekend in Portland, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But that is honing in those experiences and verifying that experience. Because of that, international students are not able to be admitted at this time. That would require a visa that we're not able to procure for you, and some other challenges there with getting the different aspects of the program completed. So international students, we're not able to take you right now. We do need you to be a domestic student. The format of this degree online, as we mentioned, with one weekend in Portland towards the end of your degree program. And we expect this degree to take you 1.5 to about 2 years. That's if you're taking probably about two classes per quarter. Some people might be taking three. Occasionally, somebody's taking one class per quarter. We'll see very shortly the curriculum sequence, and looking at that might give you a little clue as to what speed is best for you. There is a total of 63 quarter credits in the program, and each of those are costing $464. So the entirety of the program, if doing all 63 credits, coming in a little bit under 30,000. And I had mentioned to you that we'd be able to see the curriculum sequence here. I want to make sure that I am pausing on this page so you have some time to read through it. This is the core of the Masters in Sports Medicine. You'll see some of the electives there as well. I'll pause here for just a moment so you can take a look, but we'll see those concentrations on the next page. And you'll see on the side here that I've also highlighted. If you would like to find these again, you can do so by going through that series, that admissions tab to academic support, Or what might be what might be the most effective thing is actually, if you, just Google sports medicine, University of Western States program planner, that will probably get it started the quickest for you. All right, and as I said, I wanted to show you what that looked like for the other curriculums as well. So you'll see their high performance leadership concentration. Go ahead and take a look through those classes, see if any of them call to you. And the concentration, that will be 28 of those 63 credits. We're going to move along so you can see the nutrition one as well. Here's that performance nutrition one. And you can see there you actually share some of the coursework from our human nutrition and functional medicine program. So we will have you take some courses with those folks. That's a dynamic group of people as well. All right. So the structure of the online program, it's designed with busy professionals in mind. Again, we know that you're busy. We know you might need that flexibility. That's no problem. We're here to provide it. So our calendar operates off of a quarter system. If you've never been on a quarter system, that is 4 different terms in one year. They tend to follow the seasons. I know ours do. So those terms are going to be 11-week terms. That's going to mean 10 weeks of courses, 1 week of finals, and then you get 2 weeks of break in between those terms. So that is really nice if you're a busy professional and you want to take just a little break, but still want to get through that coursework quite quickly. It's a very efficient way to move through that coursework. And some people may ask, hey, what does that time commitment look like? I am busy, so I want to just know ahead of time. That calculation at the bottom there may be useful for you. So we say for every credit that you are taking, go ahead and give yourself 3 hours put aside per credit per week to get that work done. So if you're taking 4 credits, that's about 2 courses. You can expect about 12 hours a week. I would say most people are taking about 5 credits, maybe 7 credits on the busiest of terms. But again, using those program planners, that would be a fantastic way to figure out what works for you. You can kind of plan ahead, make a little dream schedule. So, your experience at UWS, especially in online learning, has a lot of different ways to keep you connected to your learning. So, students are completing either weekly or bi weekly some assigned readings. That's going to be supplemented by lectures, again, available via that online platform for you to watch when it makes sense for you. And you'll be watching those lectures, maybe early in the morning, maybe late at night. But when you do participate in the weekly class discussion, that's going to give you a chance to bounce these ideas off of other people. You're exchanging these thoughts. You're bringing up maybe different research that you were looking through, and you're getting to know your virtual classmates. This structure is often called a flipped classroom. And that is because the time that we're spending together is spent on clarifying. It is spent on asking questions rather than going through the material. So we want to make sure that is as productive of time as possible when we do get to chat with each other, or in those meetings that we offer each quarter, if you might like to see people a little bit more face to face. You'll have papers and projects throughout your time with us as well. That will help you enhance that critical thinking skill as a professional in the field. It's also nice to be able to point to that writing later on down the road. And then just want you to see the rest from there. You get that practicum listed as well, and that one weekend in Portland that rounds out your experience with us. So if you've been thinking, hey, I'm ready to apply, that's fantastic. We'd love to tell you more about how to do that. So if you're ready to apply to UWS, we recommend, again, connecting with an admissions advisor for an advising call. That's to look over your specific situation, get your specific questions answered, and to figure out the way that we can move your application along the quickest. We do have some final deadlines coming up. So if you're thinking, I want to join you in January, that's when it sounds good for me. And with the new year, I want a brand new start. Well, you'll be joining some other people, but the time is now to apply. That final deadline is later on in November, so there's no time to waste. So, connecting with that admission advisor, it's a great first step. It also means that we're able to tell you the most important parts that we need the quickest and help you get those in. So, you'll as part of that submitted application, it'll require a $50 application fee. You'll be submitting the entrance essay. We were able to just pare that down to one question now, so that is even more streamlined for you. And then we do require, important note here, official transcripts from each and every institution that is attended. So we'll also be getting us some letters of recommendation, and then you'll have that interview that we mentioned, almost certainly with Dr. Marshall or one of his colleagues. And then admitted students can confirm their spot by depositing. That will be applied towards your first quarter's tuition. So at UWS, we understand the importance of obtaining a degree that is bridging the theoretical and the praxis. So our graduate degree options do have a variety of options that you can pursue. So this could be education and consulting. This could be a certified sports nutritionist. There are several things depending on your primary focus that you may have access to. Why don't you take a look on here at some of the places that we have been? So we've got a robust network of professionals. Our alumni services department, they are amazing. These, supervised experiences in the practicum, they're just fantastic. So that is spreading far and wide. It's a variety of experience that people report that is really, really impactful for them. And that network that we have that extends around the globe certainly extends around Oregon. That is the focus of most of them that you're seeing on this page, but we've got people all over. All right, if you are ready to apply to University of Western States, we are ready to help. So we'll determine when is the right fit for you. If we're able to get you in that January class, that's fantastic. We also have a spring class. We mentioned some of these just previously, those things that will be of most help for you. And so take a look there. They should look pretty familiar for you. And again, those official transcripts are fantastic. But if you have unofficial ones, we sure would be happy to see them. Send those in an email and we'll take a look at them right now and let you know what we're seeing while we wait for the official ones to come through. And then all students who might be looking to use financial aid, we want to make sure that you are enrolled in at least 5 quarter credits each term and that you're remaining in good academic standing throughout the completion of your degree. That will keep you qualified for financial aid through UWS. So students who do wish to apply for financial aid, you're going to want to submit that FAFSA, as you might see mentioned here on this page. And that is it's something that you can also find on our financial aid webpage. So if you head to uws.edu, they've put together a really nice web page for us. If you're not using financial aid, if you already know that you're not going to use it, but you might want to talk about what payment plans look like or the best ways to pay, we also have a connection to our business office. They would be happy to tell you more. That address, you can see their business office at uws.edu or that phone number there. And then on the opposite page, you'll see FinAid at uws.edu. That's our contact for the financial aid office. And something important to note here, pardon me, our financial aid packages, they are assembled and distributed after acceptance into a program. So if you might be saying, hey, I want to see what my financial aid looks like, I want to make sure that all is squared away well before I start the program. I really want to plan ahead. You can do that, but will want to get started on your application quite quickly so that you're able to get that a little bit sooner. All right, some final tips to keep in mind. The quickest and easiest way, if you get an email from your advisor and you're not sure what time would be good to meet, and you'd really just like to find some time that worked for both of you, they very likely have a bookings link. That is a great place to check and book a time with them. That's often found in their signature. By doing that, you can find just the perfect time. They'll give you a call at that time and they'll discuss all those important things with you and send you a little follow up email with any next step. And our busiest time of year, that's always the 2 months before the application deadline. So as we're looking to January, we are already in that busy period. We're just now entering the final little bit before the deadline. As you can see, the winter 2024 deadline, the priority application deadline is actually November 5th, right around the corner. And what that means is if our class were to fill, if we were to have too many people apply and not enough room, the people who apply before that November 5th deadline, that priority application, they'll have their applications considered before folks who apply after that date. So the very final date for you to turn in things, that's going to be November 19th. So again, we are cornering it right now. So if you're thinking about January, we want to get started soon because those classes begin January 8th, 2024. And then those spring dates there, we've got a little bit longer, but I'll tell you, after the new year, things get really, really busy as we get closer and closer to spring. A lot of people put it off through the holidays. And if I could give you a piece of advice, I would say don't put it off. You definitely want to get started. We are able to admit you nice and early. You can have a very easy transition into going back to school. But if we wait till the last minute, you may feel a little more rushed. It also means that you get your pick of interview slots if you apply early. So if you're somebody who has a busy life, it would really help to plan and have that flexibility. Get in touch with us. All right. As we told you, Connect with Admissions Virtually is a great place to see your admissions advisors. It's also a place where you could watch any of those past webinars. So check out the videos, check out the podcast. You'll see some interviews with Dr. Marshall that we've done in the past, and then plan your application date in advance. So that January start date, that's our winter cohort. That April start date, that's our spring one. They are coming up fast. If you have questions, go ahead and send us an email admissions@uws.edu. That's the one I mentioned at the top of this presentation. And then that number again for our front desk, 800-641-5641. You'll also want to review the FAQs for any answers to common questions, but our advisors truly would be very, very happy to discuss those specific application or programmatic questions that you may have. So continue to keep those coming. I see a few in our Q&A, but we don't have time to get to them. I'm afraid we're right at that 30 minutes. So go ahead and give us a call. We'll try to give you a call tomorrow for all those people who are attending live right now or who signed up for this in case we missed you today. But we sure do appreciate your time here. Again, my name is Georgia Goody. I am the Associate Director of Admissions here at University of Western States. It's been a pleasure spending time with you today. We hope you have a great rest of your day. Well, let us know how we can be of help.